question was, Ty asked Avocet versus Grace M905, but more broadly, monitor controllers, how to think about them. I know we just talked about this a little bit with the Unfuck guys when they were here. You know, I have an Avocet. I'm going from my Apollo into the Avocet digitally and letting the Avocet do the D to A conversion. Basically, monitor controller is about your D to A conversion. So the quality of your monitoring, we talk about a lot, quality of speakers, but getting a good D to A conversion is an important part of that process. Do you have specific thoughts on it or things you want to touch on?
Those are the two I have most experience with. I had an Avocet for years, and now I have the M905 Grace design. I prefer the Grace tenfold on that. The main thing you're looking for is transparency in your monitor controlling. If you're using it as your DAC, I mean, either way, you want to instill no sonic quality to your monitor control. You want as clean of a signal path as possible, lowest distortion possible. The Grace is by far less distortion. I still think there's a color to the Avocet. The Avocet is a lot better than most on the market, way better than the Dangerous monitor controller. That thing should just be off the shelves.
By the way, I had that for a while because I was like, I don't want to spend on the Avocet. I didn't know about the Grace.
Just get rid of it. Just off the shelves.
It broke twice. I hated that thing. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. It's not good at all. It's dangerous. Honestly, it's dangerous for monitoring. And the M905 is great. I use it for the DAC. I've A/B'd it against the Lynx Hilo that I use for my A to D and D to A for my mix bus processing. And I think the Hilo sonically has some more transparent qualities that I've wrestled with. Do I get another one for monitoring? But for flexibility and functionality, the M905, there's nothing else like it that I know of to have all my my playback on one controller where I don't have to touch anything ever. So I have my rough mix as a digital out from Pro Tools that goes to the same button as my main mix. I can click it one press and I can A/B against the rough mix simultaneously with no latency, which is huge. Then I have my computer playback on it, Apple TV for streaming from the couch. And then there's a B rig that's an analog in from behind me from my production desk with all the synths on it. If someone else wants to come in and make beats from there, they can hear themselves with the speakers really easily by one button. So the functionality aspect is great, but you're looking for functionality mixed with low distortion. I want nothing that in my chain that is coloring the sound other than things that I choose to color before that final D to A. So transparency, just looking for that. And I think the Grace is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's pretty. That's another part. Aesthetically, it's nice. It sits on the desk looking good, and it's not obtrusive. It's very subtle, and it sits there. The knob is clean. It doesn't click like the discrete.
We lost John for a second there.
You there?
Yeah, I lost you for a second. You said it's pretty.
It's pretty. It's not obtrusive on the desk. The knob is clean. It sounds good. You're not like hearing the discrete click from the Avocet. There's nothing distracting from the music. There's no other sounds happening. I like it a lot. I think that's my favorite on the market right now.
Yeah, I have the Avocet, however we're saying that. I've not messed with the Grace. People seem to like the Grace a lot. That seems to be the favorite of a lot of folks. Yeah. I think if you're
doesn't sound like anything.
Yeah,
just does what it's supposed to do. We're not trying to add sound with a monitor controller, you know.